Welcome to another edition of Raw My Sports. I'm your host, Ryan Jones. With that being said, hit my music.
You're on time to talk sports with Raw Mind. Game day, who plays with updates of all kinds. From fresh spots to sideline. Who got cut, who got signed. Who's clutch when it's crunch time. The starting lineup or the pine. These athletes compete, some without even trying. You want a championship, you gotta grind. When them bright lights shine, and this game go 9, they gon' cover the story, not quite like Ryan. Exclusive interviews, dudes plug like Mike Line. He's got the inside scoop of why, who got fined. Prime time, got the game statistics. I could say, if you wasn't at the game, you missed it. But now Raw Mind Sports covers the distance. Front row, that's close like a coach's assistant. You wanna be in the know? Eyes open and listen. This is Raw Mind Sports, another edition.
And before I get started on my show, let me give you a message for you guys. The past few years to my shows, my podcast, giving me more support, whether it's advertising or marketing or, just following the platforms, man. That means a lot to me, and I want people to know that, So I appreciate the support in all angles. Love to help each and every one of you if I can in any way. But as you know, Raw Mind Sports is always ready to press through the next steps and get better and better at my craft. And always, those are my raw thoughts, and that's what I'm here to do. So I'm here to let you know I'm trying to take it to another level as well. So, and I'm kind of changing up things here in a way that's going to help, for the best of Raw Mind Sports, and for me to be the best for you, the followers, the subscribers, the people who want to be on the platform to get themselves out there, the resources, the necessary ones for you. All right, before I begin, let me go ahead and get my drink in. One of my favorites of Prime Energy, strawberry watermelon. It's very good. Hold on a second. Now I'm ready for this. Ladies and gentlemen, any local athletes, local coaches, local trainers, local volunteers who need attention to what they're doing, their acts of service, like providing for the community, and their story needs to be told, no worries. I got you. Raw Mind, Raw Thoughts is here to make sure I give all awareness to all the great things that are happening in our area, and that is very extremely important to us to get out on a bigger platform. My platform is here to deliver to you. It's here to serve each and every one of you, local athletes, local trainers, local coaches from high school and below. And if it's also another story that's out there somewhere that's getting some insight on some areas outside of my area, feel free to reach out to me below, rawmindsports.com. Rawmindsports.com is my website. You can send me a message, send me an email, send me your phone number. I get some more information, do my research as well as the research that you give me to make that dream come true. I promise you, with my raw thoughts, I will get back to you as soon as possible. Always raw thoughts on me. With that being said, let's get back to some more episodes. And there you have it. There you have it, man. So welcome to Raw Mind Sports. I'm your host, Ryan Jones. And man, we got a loaded episode. And man, let me tell you, like, it's perfect for now. And man, let's talk about a few things right now, raw mind, raw thoughts that I thought about today. Mr. Mike is the Phoenix Suns coach. Mr. Mike is Phoenix Suns coach, and let me tell you, I don't know who and what and why they would take that job, because it's like a death sentence. When I say that, it's like, do you hope that you keep that job and you be around 1 year? Yeah, you may get your money, you get guaranteed money. But my thing is all about being there consistently and being there for the long haul. You may get guaranteed money, but when somebody get mad, player, foe, whatever gets mad, you out the door. Frank Vogel is gone. The matchup, and I get it, because Frank Vogel probably didn't match what the Phoenix Suns wanted. And by the way, when I say this, I'm giving my raw thoughts, no stats, no filter, nothing proof. I'm just saying my thoughts. The matchup, the personnel on that team was never a defensive team. Frank Vogel is used to playing both sides of the ball. He's a guy who wants guys who can play both sides of it. You give guys who offensively are gifted, but I may be wrong. I'm just throwing this off of my raw thoughts without looking at no stats. Somebody may say right or wrong, and that's cool. But I just want to make sure that I'm providing something that I'm thinking. That team wasn't built to shut down a lot of players in the West, and it definitely wasn't built to shut down players in the East. Frank Vogel, supposedly, unless I'm wrong, is a defensive minded coach who thrives off of defense. And if he doesn't have it, that's what happens. A lot of all-star power, but this all-star power was inconsistent the entire season once it happened to get him to where he needed to be at the promised land. It happens. You have to have tough-minded and grit and guys who can shut down people on a consistent basis. Suns didn't do that. So then what happens? Oh, that's right. They blame the coach. Oh, that's right. They blame someone outside of the star players who bring in money and revenue each and every season to the Phoenix Suns. KD, Bradley Beal, Booker. Oh, we got to keep these guys here. I'm sorry about my bees, man. My son's birthday party was today, although his birthday is tomorrow. So, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, we have to do that to keep these guys here. I'm gonna tell you something. Raw thoughts, not trying to bring random stuff in. KD's is a Libra. He's gonna balance himself wherever it goes, however it goes, and you're gonna dictate how it goes. So he can say, "You said it." Booker and them is just a different story. Booker and Bill just want to go somewhere they can contend for a championship. It ain't happening. So here we are. Mike Budenholzer might be, I'm gonna say might be is here. Doesn't mean he'll be here long, but he has won a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. But do we think the Phoenix Suns gonna win a championship next year with this roster and the way it's set up? We don't know. We don't know. We hope so for his sake. Because if it doesn't happen, guess what's happening to him? He's gonna get paid and he's going right out the door. And I get it for a coach. I look at it from both sides. As a coach coming in, yeah, I'm gonna take that money and guarantee contract. And if I don't win or lose, cool, great. I'm cool with that. But that city of Phoenix in Arizona looking for a championship as a fan, probably can't get to the owner, want to see championship. So that's what happens. And that's the entire issue with them. All right, before I get to Brandon James, let me shout out one of my family members. Essential Collections by Monica Rich. Essential Collections by Monica Rich. Use promo code Raw Mind. Use the promo code Raw Mind. You get a 15% discount on special products and packages. And her website is phenomenal. www.essential ESCENTUALSCOLLECTION.square.site. Homegrown products. She's a doctor. Skin conditioner cream, as in lotion, to people who don't know. Bath wash. She has Teakwood, Superman, Dark Knight for the guys, for the fellas. She has Teakwood beard balm I actually put on before I got on the show. That's amazing. Um, she has a lot of skincare and products for women that can, whoo. I tell you what, raw mind, raw thoughts. You better be careful when you put this stuff on because you might be on the way to providing another child, baby boom, to this world. So with that being said, Monica Rich, Essential Collections by Monica Rich. Use promo code Raw Mind. Use promo code Raw Mind. You get a 15% discount. That's one. But let me talk about Brandon James. Toughest situation in the world creates a lot of balance. You have to be balanced for this. And although this show is directly based upon local athletes and things that are in my area, I felt like it was just a random show that should be done. Super smart. He's been prepped Raw thoughts he's been prepped for this moment for a long time, maybe 10 years ago, to handle media adversity. Super smart. Listen to him in the conversation in interviews, like he's super dope. But everybody's expecting him to be Bronny James. Like they expected Michael Jordan's son to be Michael Jordan, and they expected Magic Johnson's son to be Michael Jackson. I mean Magic Johnson's son, and also Larry Bird's son to be Larry Bird. I'm just naming random people, but they're legends, Hall of Famers. If Charles Barkley had a son in it, you'll expect him to be like Charles Barkley. But Bernie is 6'1", can shoot lights out. Raw thoughts, definitely can shoot better than his dad. You know, I get it. His dad is a legend, and I ain't got anything against LeBron. LeBron has created a legacy for his children and his family, and we should appreciate that. But we always talk about this, that Jordan him comparison. That's not it. His son is living his life. His son is living his legacy. He's just appreciative of his dad providing a situation for him to be great. 6'1". Although I thought at first before I saw the combine, I was thinking like maybe he'll go back to college and play for a big team to show his rights and his situation, health wise. But man, he's gonna get a shot. And that's what Raw thoughts, that's what it's about. Like, you're gonna get a shot. Your daddy played in the NBA. You're gonna get a shot. What you do with your shot, it's like I tell my child all the time in life, period, like jobs, whatever. If he was to go out and get a job, although he's young, still in high school, it's same scenario, just different perspectives. You'll get a shot. What you do with your shot is up to you. What you do with your shot is up to you. I know multiple people say, but he'll still get more and more chances than anybody else. I get it. But you still got to produce from a production level on the court. Now, they're set. Their family is set. We get it. And by them being set is one thing. But to be able to produce is another thing. And business-wise, like the LeBron, when you're in that level of LeBron James, their family, it becomes a business. Their family is a business. It's not like a typical family that works every day, comes home. It don't work like that. They are a business, so they have to provide it in a situation of that. But Brandy can shoot the ball. His vertical was outstanding, apparently. And I don't know if he's first round or late first round or whatever, because there's a lot of talent in this NBA draft coming up. But he probably will be in the NBA. And we'll see. With that being said, let me go and shout out my guy, Anthony, Love Local Sports.
Love local sports.
I want to make sure you guys hear that. So we're going to try to rewind it one more time. Put it on pause.
Hey, this is Anthony Rodriguez, owner operator of Church Street Tap in Delhi. Right here shouting out my man, Prime Time with Raw Mind Sports. Always love local sports.
All right, I'm back. And I'm gonna go into this scenario right now. The New York Jets could possibly be a really, really good team if Aaron Rodgers is healthy. They made so many good, promising moves during the offseason to where, like, from veterans, they didn't go to the draft where you say, oh my God, we're drafting them off potential. Potential is cool, but when you have results, that makes you sell more. It's kind of like the NIL, what's going on in college sports right now. People look at results compared to the potentially coming out of high school, a guy that got. Yeah, a guy out of high school could probably be amazing, but you don't have no full photos or proof on them on the college level, which makes this scenario of the NIL completely a different situation because you have guys on the college level that are playing football that have been there on that level, showing proof it's hard to pass off of them for a kid that's coming out of high school. I hate it, but I get it from all angles. From a high school level, yeah, you want to be there, be the number one kid, come in and play. But from that level, if you already have proof, of course those people are going to pick kids that have already been in college, playing on the college level, on the NIL level. It makes sense. It's a no brainer. So, whew, kind of like the Jets. The Jets didn't go in the draft. Everybody wanted them to go in the draft and get this, get that. Blah 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 blah. Jets been drafting for probably before I was born. The Jets have been drafting before I was born, and they haven't won a Super Bowl probably since the 70s or the 60s. I can't remember the time. Raw thoughts. One thing about raw mind, raw thoughts. I don't keep the data in my head, so I'm just projecting raw thoughts. Last time I thought Joe Namath guaranteed the victory. They won. Blah blah blah. He's there, and they won the Super Bowl. That was definitely before I was born. But the Jets have made some great moves. Rob Salah, head coach, he was coaching in San Fran as defense coordinator in the first Super Bowl against Kansas City, and he's made some really, really good moves. That team will be loaded in the AFC. Defensively, they're going to be really good under Rob Salah. If Aaron Rodgers is healthy, that offense will be legit. But the problem with the Jets, they don't have an offensive line. That's why people are mad, because they're playing the San Francisco 49ers week 1 in San Fran. And if you ain't got an offensive line, they're extremely afraid of their big, big money bag and Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, which makes sense. But I like the Jets if they can stay healthy. And take it back. If Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, even without offensive line, Aaron Rodgers can do things that you just don't think quarterbacks can do. But you would love to have an offensive line to block and protect for him. And that's a whole nother issue right there. So, but I get it. Shout out to Nikki Mears, your trusted realtor at KW Points East of Keller Williams. Reach out to her at 252-567-0154 or Nikki Mears at KW.com. Nikki Mears closes out deals, close out sales. She gets the best for you, whether if you're on the seller side or you're trying to buy a home. I'm telling you, I've sat in this Tarver coffee shop for a while with her, and I realized how important she is. It's not just about money. It's about getting you the best value. She really has a pure heart to help you get to where you're at in your life. Let's close. Let's be happy. Whatever said, let's see some footage of her. All right, that was Nikki Mears. Use promo code RAWMIND. Use promo code RAWMIND. 15% discount on all products. She'll make sure she gets things done for you. All right, so who should have won the MVP? NBA MVP. I mean, we had my guy. By the way, I bring him up in a few. My guy Monte. He was talking about like the MVP. He thought Alexander should have won. Probably so. I ain't really watched too much of the NBA, honestly, myself, but he's diving in it. He's a barbershop guy. Go into the barbershop. Whenever we go into the barbershop, apparently we always connect and see each other in the barbershop. But if it's Monday, if it's Thursday or Friday, we always find a way to get in there. And man, me and him talk a lot about sports. That's a show that I'm about to show you right now that's available on the YouTube podcast. Not only do I want to provide love local sports in my area, but also provide a fandom once a month to where like they be able to talk their fandom of sports. They may not be in the industry, but I want to provide a space for them too as well, for a fan to come on and talk their talk. So whatever it said, he's a diehard Cowboys fan and a Duke fan, but he also has some stuff he has to say. and I don't want to interrupt because I get it. Like I had a
Yeah.
conversation news station a while back when we were talking about Dak Prescott being um and I want to intervene here for a quick second. Like people always talk about like Dak Prescott ain't top five. When you talk about top five, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, so it comes off as like when you look at the numbers, his numbers prove he top five. I think
Mhm.
people get misconstrued with the fact that he is still a top five quarterback if you look at his numbers. Now, in
Mhm.
situational football, in a crucial moment, if he make a mistake, that's just a mistake. But that doesn't not neglect that he's a top five quarterback because he makes some mistakes. Tony Romo makes a mistake. Whoever the quarterback is in any team, they can be top
Yeah.
five. If they make a mistake in a crucial moment, people gotta
Mhm.
understand they have to separate the two. Just
Right.
because he make a mistake doesn't make him top five. Now, if you say I don't trust that in situational football in crucial moments, then that's another.
Oh yeah. I don't know technical difficulties, but man, check this episode out right now. Available on YouTube and all podcast platforms. And man, we dive into all the professional um debates, and man, he went in a great way, and he showed his expertise in the sports realm. Monte Atkins, shout out to my guy Monte Atkins. I was moving some right in. So I don't know who should win the MVP of the NBA. I haven't watched it, but people say it was Jokic. They also say it was like SGA, which is Alexander. He probably should have won, and rightfully so, because like the Oklahoma City Thunder, man, we didn't think they would be what they were at. Not just because of him, but like would they be a team that will be talking about being in the finals? That was never going to happen, and they're in a tough battle with the man with the bag of tricks, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has a lot of bag of tricks. He has a whole bag, excuse me, probably the best bag in basketball, NBA basketball. He's just a magician, arts, crafts, what he does. So that's what it is. Chiefs open the NFL season with the Ravens. And let me tell you, Chiefs gonna be Chiefs, kind of like the Patriots gonna be the Patriots, whether they had a good defense or not. The Chiefs in the same boat. They're always gonna be, if they're in the game, they will find a way to be in the big game. If they're not, that's different. But defensively, this Chiefs team that just won the Super Bowl was probably the best defensive team they had in years. But this it's gonna be different, man. Like the Ravens are gonna be a team this season that if they're up by 2 touchdowns, you might as well cancel Christmas. They had Derrick Henry, and they know how to run the ball, and they know how to run the clock. Meaning, if they get up by 2 touchdowns, they suspect to have a situation to where in the second quarter they could be running RPO, RPO, RPO. Yeah, I ain't gonna say they're gonna run the ball the entire time, but it's gonna be so many opportunities. It's gonna be hard to beat them when you're down by 14 points because Lamar Jackson is amazing. He's an MVP. He's made a lot of money. Now you have bring a beast in Derrick Henry. Now you have to deal with, even though they only have to, I'm not saying they're not going to pass, but what I'm going to say is that they have a lot of ability with between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry to have wide receivers, excuse me, wide open. That's right, wide open because of their ability to have it. So if you're gonna score, you better score early against the Ravens to force them in a situation to where they have to put up points against you. If not, call it a week, get ready for the next week. Call it a week, get ready for the next week. And that's what's gonna happen. And with that being said, before I get into anything else, man, let me shout out my guy Cam Adalmore, who has a YouTube show freshman year that's available. But by the way, I'm going to provide his junior year immediately. Here we go.
very rare to have a freshman. That's right, I said rare. I said it just like that, rare. Not saying it can't happen, but it's rare for Tarboro, if you know anything about Tarboro High football, to have a guy that plays and starts as a freshman on varsity. It don't happen a lot. It don't happen a lot. But we got one right here, right now. We got one right now. That's Cam Adalmore. Cam, how you doing there, man? So Cam Adalmore new episode will be available very soon. But man, this kid is amazing, phenomenal playing as a freshman on Tarboro High varsity, and he's going to his junior year. And man, I think he's hungrier than ever. He's been there, although they lost the last two state championships, but I think his hunger has provided something. Because I was saying to myself before the state championships, like this kid can have 4 state championship rings. But it happens, and I get it. So, oh man, trying to move that out of the way. I'm going into some here we go. Let me tell you something, people. Anthony Edwards is here. Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves is here. He has a unique gift to where, like, he's not just Jordan-esque. He can shoot the ball consistently. He can get to the basket. It is rare to see him. His ability, his strength, his body is like LeBron. But for him to, it's hard to defend him because he can actually shoot the shot, the jump shot on a day-to-day basis. It is hard to defend him. Although they have let the Denver Nuggets get back into the series, if it ever comes down to 4 points or 5, no matter where they're at, it's going to be tough. Okay? Anthony Edwards has all the tangibles, all the ability to be the main event in the NBA. He could be main event NBA right now because his ability to be body, size, and body and can shoot the jump shot. He's just different, man. The Minnesota Timberwolves still in the series. I don't know if they can go back to Denver and win again, but I feel like they're in a spot to where it could be competitive, and he's ready for whatever. So shout out to him. All right, NFL draft has came up. My top 5 NFL teams. Bias and out where you want to say, yeah, whatever. 49ers have a deep team, just add a wide receiver. Brock Purdy has another weapon. Unless a trade happens in the wide receiver core, it's going to be tough to beat them, even if the defense goes down, because they have a lot of guys. And Brock Purdy has an ability to find the open man. I give him that. Ravens with Derrick Henry, regardless they don't have nothing else, the RPO is going to be on another level, and it's going to be tough to beat them because they can, even at 0-0, they can force you to play their style of ball. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, play action, whatever. Doesn't matter. The Jets are me, even though I picked them to go to the Super Bowl last year, but Aaron Rodgers got hurt early. I think this team, if they stay healthy, man, with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, even the offensive line can get better and better. They have a team. They made some powerful moves. That defense is gonna be legit in the AFC. And the only team probably could come against them is Kansas City. Eagles, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts. They brought back a few pieces that was in the Super Bowl with them to make this team better. I think they're my number 4. And Kansas City could be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I don't know what's going to happen. They may not start off great, but one thing about it, Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, receivers they picked up, this defense is better than they had over the years. Kansas City going to be tough. Kansas City going to be tough. Those are my raw thoughts on that. The New York Knicks. We're going NBA. Before we go to NBA, let's talk about an episode I already had with Mackenzie Moore and Ramsey Bryant that are here on my YouTube and all podcast platforms. Check it out. This is a snippet of what Ramsey Bryant went through to get here.
Tore my UCL, and then like 2 weeks later, when I got an MRI, got the results back. They said that I probably wouldn't come back, especially this season, maybe later on. So then at that moment, I knew that like my dreams were crushed of playing my senior year and then no college ball. And I actually persevered, and I played my whole senior season, was able to catch, and now I'm committed to North Carolina Wesleyan University.
Man, so an incredible episode, man. You need to check it out. Not too long. I think that Mackenzie Bryant no, excuse me, Mackenzie Moore and Ramsey Bryant, as I said in mistake in that episode, can give you some serious motivation to take you to the next level and make you feel like anything is possible. So that's how that goes. Trying to hit something right now. I don't know. Thing. Okay, there you go. Gotcha. All right. I think that's it. Okay. Okay. All right. I thought of you.com, Jamie Harrison, 252-710-0063. Authentic products from cultural products to putting on to wearing. It's multiple things with that. But I thought of you.com, Jamie Harrison, 252-710-0633. Amazing products that I think that you'll like and you'll be thinking about. And trust me, her website will show you what it comes with. It'll show you what it comes with. All right. The New York Knicks, possibly in the NFC. I mean, excuse me, the NFC. Eastern Conference Finals. And man, let me tell you, man, Jalen Brunson has shocked the world. He shocked the world because people didn't think he deserved all the money he had. Man, Jalen Brunson has been cooking since he's been in the Knicks uniform, man. Although he's from there, he's been averaging 33.9 points a game, 45.1 field goal percentage, 30% from 3-point range. With Josh Hart helping him with 40.5 minutes per game field goals and 45.9 field goal percentage. But he's played 43.7 minutes per game and he's averaged 12.2 rebounds a game. This team is legit in the East. And Jalen Brunson is what Raw thoughts. I'm about to give it to you. What people thought Melo would be. Melo was amazing. He had some incredible stats, but he couldn't even get into the Eastern Conference Finals. Jalen Brunson has done that. The Knicks are not necessarily looking for a star, even though Jalen Brunson is not Hall of Fame like Carmelo Anthony yet. But they're looking for a guy who can get it done in the victory category, the win category. And Jalen Brunson has provided W's with stats. It's different between stats and not getting in the win column to get to these big games compared to now being in the win column, and winning. Jalen Brunson is in the right era, the right time. And Jalen Brunson, all the money people complain about, he has done what he has to do, and the Knicks are on their way to the um East Conference Finals, I think. And they had all the legends at these games recently. The Knicks could be back. I don't know what they're gonna do in the finals. I don't know if they'll get there. Because that play against an extremely tough Boston team. But the Knicks can get in the East Conference Finals, and that's great for basketball in this country, especially with the Madison Square Garden getting Eastern Conference Finals. It's kind of like the East Coast Staples Center or the East Coast Crypto.com Arena. East Coast scenario of the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals over there in the West. It happens. And they're cooking. I feel like they'll get it done. And my final raw thoughts right now. Raw thoughts minute. As a diehard 49er fan, I am. Diehard 49er, I am. It's win Super Bowl or nothing else matters. They have been into multiple NFC championships. They have gotten to the playoffs. I don't care about nothing else but a win in the Super Bowl. We have lost 3 with Kaepernick at quarterback, with Garoppolo at quarterback, with Brock Purdy. Nothing else matters but the Super Bowl victory at the moment. Temperature check, when they say temperature check or whatever, that means the temperature is extremely hot for the San Francisco 49ers because they need to be in the Super Bowl and win it. Super Bowl, they've been to them. Winning it is the problem. That's all I got. With that being said, man, make sure you guys subscribe to Raw Minds. I'm gonna put it here on the screen for you below so I can oh, there you go. There, right there. Make sure you guys subscribe to all podcast platforms at rawmindsports.com, rawmindsports.com. on all podcast platforms. It's below. Subscribe to all those platforms. Plus rawmindsports.com, rawmindsports.com, and you'll be able to see all the platforms we got. With that being said, Raw Mind, Raw Thoughts is out.